A Tale of Two Cities, written by Charles Dickens, published by Chapman and Hall in 1858. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Such were the days of the French Revolution, a time of great upheaval, bloodshed, and chaos. And it was against this turbulent backdrop that the lives of two men, Charles Darnay and Sydney Carton, became intertwined. It was the year 1775, and the French Revolution was beginning to take root. In England, the peaceful city of London was thriving, but across the Channel, the people of Paris were living in abject poverty, suffering under the tyranny of their aristocratic rulers. Charles Darnay was a French aristocrat who had renounced his title and wealth, seeking a new life in England. He lived a quiet existence, working as a teacher of French language and literature. It was through his acquaintance with Dr. Manette, a French doctor who had been imprisoned in the Bastille for many years, that he met and fell in love with Lucy Manette. Lucy is the daughter of a French doctor who has spent 18 years imprisoned in the infamous Bastille. Lucy's kindness and compassion are a beacon of hope in a world of darkness, and Darnay is willing to risk everything to protect her. Sydney Carton, on the other hand, is a man of no fixed principles. He is a brilliant lawyer with a sharp wit and a deep sense of cynicism. His life has been a series of disappointments and failures, and he sees little value in his own existence. However, his resemblance to Darnay will become a pivotal factor in the story. Despite their vastly different personalities, Carton and Darnay bore an uncanny resemblance to one another. It was this likeness that would later come to play a crucial role in their intertwined fates. As the French Revolution descends into madness and violence, Darnay travels back to France to aid a former servant who has been falsely accused of treason. Upon arriving, he is immediately arrested and thrown into prison. Despite the best efforts of his lawyer, Mr. Stryver, and the testimony of Dr. Manette, Darnay is found guilty and sentenced to death by the Revolutionary Tribunal. It is then that Carton steps in with his daring plan. He switches places with Darnay in prison, knowing that his own life is worth little. On the day of Darnay's execution, Carton stood in his place, having made peace with his own wasted life and found a sense of purpose in sacrificing himself for someone he barely knew. As the guillotine fell, Carton uttered the famous words, "It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known." As Lucy and her family mourned the loss of Carton, they received a letter from him. In it, he revealed that he had always loved Lucy, and that he was at peace with the sacrifice he had made. A Tale of Two Cities is a powerful commentary on the human condition. The novel shows how even in the midst of great upheaval and chaos, people can find a way to transcend their circumstances and rise to great heights of heroism and selflessness. It reminds us that even when society seems to be at its lowest point, there is always the possibility of redemption and the potential for good. The characters in the novel are complex and multi-dimensional. Dr. Manette, for instance, is haunted by his years in the Bastille and struggles to come to terms with his past. His daughter Lucy is a symbol of love and compassion, bringing hope to those around her. And Mr. Jarvis Lorry, a banker who is a close friend of the Manette family, serves as a voice of reason and stability in the midst of chaos. One of the most impactful themes in the novel is the idea that love and sacrifice can be transformative. Dickens shows that even the most flawed characters are capable of acts of great courage and sacrifice when they are motivated by love for others. Charles Darnay is willing to risk his life to help a former servant who has been falsely accused of treason, while Sydney Carton, despite his cynical outlook on life, ultimately finds meaning and purpose in sacrificing himself for the greater good. Another powerful theme in the novel is the idea that forgiveness and redemption are always possible. The characters in the novel all have pasts that they are ashamed of, whether it is Dr. Manette's years in the Bastille or Carton's wasted life. However, they are able to find redemption through their love for others and their desire to do good in the world. The novel reminds us that no matter how bad our past mistakes may be, there is always the potential for growth and change. The impact of A Tale of Two Cities is felt even today, nearly 2 centuries after it was first published. The novel has become a classic of English literature and continues to be read and studied by people all over the world. Its themes of love, sacrifice, and redemption resonate with readers of all ages and backgrounds, reminding us that no matter how dark the world may seem, there is always hope for a better tomorrow. Furthermore, the novel provides a valuable historical insight into one of the most turbulent periods of modern history. Through its portrayal of the French Revolution, Dickens gives readers a sense of the violence, fear, and uncertainty that characterized this period. He shows how the ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity were pitted against the forces of tyranny and oppression, and how this struggle ultimately played out on the streets of Paris and other parts of France. A Tale of Two Cities is a masterwork of historical fiction that speaks to the human experience in profound ways. Its impact on literature and on our understanding of history cannot be overstated, and it continues to be a powerful and relevant work today. We hope you enjoyed this short-form audiobook from the greatest collection of books and stories ever written. Classic masterpiece literary works are added to the channel regularly. If you would like more of the greatest stories ever told, please like and subscribe.